Hello everyone, welcome to MastersTeach, and today we are going to discuss total quality management of your fourth sem examination. So listen carefully again and again, if possible take the notes so that it is convenient for you to clear your examination. Okay, let us start with the concept and evaluation of total quality management. So when you're writing the exam, try to write about the concept. Okay, so it is a the quality management is a company which has a philosophy focused on continuous improvement and customer satisfaction and employment like employees involvement at every level of the organization. Okay, so the key pillars for this particular total quality management: history and evaluation. So previously the product got inspected once the product got produced. Then after that there is a planning for the total quality management. Okay. Then quality business performance. So there is a direct link between quality and profitability. That means if the quality is good, automatically the profit comes. So role of the top management. So the leaders in a company should commit for the quality. There is no negotiable. Then communication and culture. So the quality culture should be there in the organization, as well as they should have the proper communication for the same. Okay. For total quality management, you can study about the Toyotas. Okay, they are the most reliable automaker in the world. They follows this total quality management. Okay, let us have the definition: quality control and history. Okay, so quality is defined as it is a fitness for purpose. It is going to meet the customer's expectation consistently. So quality control is operational process of measuring and correcting performance to ensure that the standards are met. Okay. Previously, the product got inspected after the produced got the whatever the product got produced, and if the defects are there, then it is going to be like re-inspected and reproduced, which may cost higher and higher work. But nowadays in the process the quality is going to be checked, and it's going to prevent the defects during the production. It is a proactive approach. Before going to be defected, the quality will check. Okay, it is a lower cost and higher efficiency. So the this is a the product inspection is a pre-industrial thing. Now nowadays they are using the process control. This is the thing. Okay, then statistical control, that is also called as SQC, statistical quality control, control charts and acceptance sampling. So what is SQC? It is the statistical quality control. So which uses the statistical method to check, to monitor, to product or service process, ensure that the quality should meet with the specifications. That is the statistical quality control, as well as uh, control charts. There is a different types of tools are there, charts are there, like X bar chart, R chart and P chart. This tracks the variation over a time and signals the process. When the process is out of control, it gives the signal through control charts. Then accepting sampling. So first they check batch of the product in a sampling. So lot of acceptance are rejected based on the number of defects that found in the sample. So what is the application of this statistical quality control? So which is used in manufacturing, paracetamol companies, food processing, electronics, anywhere it consists output quality is crucial, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is paracetamol, whether it is food processing or electronic. So they require the product should be quality one, okay, because if the pharmaceutical, so the final product should be uh, should have quality or else it play with the life. This is a control, statistical quality control SQC. If they asked about this one, you have to write. Then organizing of total quality management. Okay, there is a systematic approach, quality circles, and implications. Systems approach to total quality management. So, like total quality management, which views the organization as an interconnected system. So, every department, every process, every person contribute to overall quality in a organization. So, like quality implementation, at structure rollout all the functions. So there is a transition, total quality management organization shift from hierarchy to quality driven teams. That means previously the quality checked from top to bottom, or like there is a hierarchy, but nowadays it is shift from quality driven teams. Some teams are maintained, and if defects are there they will communicate it and it will be rectified it. Then quality circles, many times they ask in a company, small group of people 6 to 12, so who meets regularly, they identify, analyze, and they solve work related quality problems. Okay, so these quality circles very famous in Japan, and this type of quality circles, okay, is obtained in India with the Tata Motors and Samsung. So there is a good name for Tata Motors and Samsung about the quality implementation. Okay, getting my point. Then there is a 7 tools for total quality management. Okay, one is how the tools are, sometimes they may ask, you have to write in the examination. So stratification, so separating data into categories, identify patterns and root causes. So there is a stratification means divide. Okay, so you have to divide the data and identify the pattern why these defects come. Then check sheet, it is a structured form to collect the analyze the data in real time. Then scatter diagrams, it is a plots and variable to reveal correlation between cause and effect. Then Ishikawa or fishbone diagram, so which identifies root causes of a problem across categories, man, machine, method, material, environment. Then Pareto diagram, it is 20 80 by 20 rule. So identify the uh, like important cause responsible most defect. Then Kepner trigo methodology, so which rational problem analyze the framework for structured decision making. These are the core quality problem solving tools: stratification, check sheet, scatter diagram, Ishikawa, that is a fish diagram, then Pareto diagram, then Kepner Trago methodology. These are 7 tools for total quality management. This is also called as core quality problem solving tools. Okay, there is a important tools about the total quality management. One is Kaizen, one is JIT Five S, force field analyze. Let us see what is Kaizen. It is a continuous improvement, incremental improvement involve all the employees. For example, the Toyota's Kaizen's culture, which reduce the defects by over 90% of assembly lines. Okay, so there is a improvement each and every day. It is going to be a Kaizen. Then just in time. So produce only what is needed. So they want to produce whatever they needed when needed, and so that the waste can be reduced and inventory cost also reduced, and it improves the flow just in time. You remember, produce when they needed, when not needed they won't produce. Then force field analyze. It is a Levin's tool. Okay, identifies like driving forces for change or restraining forces against change before implementing the improvements. So force free field analyze. Then 5S, there is a sort, set in order, shine, standardize, sustain. A workplace organization method that improves efficiency and safety. Okay, so let us see about the 5S. Let us go to the next slide. It is understanding and measuring quality cost. Okay, how the quality cost can be measured. Okay, one is prevention cost, second one is appraisal cost, third one is internal failure cost, fourth one is external failure cost. What is prevention cost? Like before happening any loss, if you train your employees, if you design your process, if you make the quality planning, that is called as prevention cost. Then appraisal cost. So inspection, testing, audit. Okay, it can be done during the same. Then internal failure cost. So for example, scrap is removed, rework is done, downtime is happen, that is internal failure cost. Then external failure cost, that is a, if the warranty can be claimed, the return can be done, customers complaints can be addressed. So these are the understanding and mean measuring quality cost. So cost of quality, prevention cost, appraisal cost, internal failure cost, and external failure cost. So they may ask in the examination, try to write this so that you'll get the full marks. Okay, then Juran Trilogy or PDCA Cycle and Reengineering. So it is what? Let me zoom it here. Just wait. So Juran Trilogy. So what is this? Quality planning. So you have to identify the customers and their needs first. Then quality control. You have to monitor and correct performance. Then quality improvement. Breakthrough project to raise performance. So what is PDCA cycle or reengineering? PDCA, what is that? Plan, do, check, act. This is called PDCA. So identify the problem first, then do some implement solution for the problem. Then once the problem is done, check, uh, evaluate the what is the result happen. Then next time you have to standardize that particular thing or revise. Okay, this is the thing: plan, do, check, act. This is a PDCA cycle. Okay, then let us have some of the thing: TPM and supplier partnership. What is TPM? Total productive maintenance and suppliers rating. What is total product maintenance? See, total product maintenance is in total quality management involving all the employees in equipment upkeeping, terminology extended to his full cycle assets from design to disposal, benefits reduced downtime, improved OEE, then lower maintenance cost. So total product maintenance is what? It is a integrated part of process. It is a total quality management by involving all the employees and all the machineries. Okay, uh, so that the technology, the employees, the equipment is fully used, so that uh, so that if something goes wrong, it can be disposed. So what happens, it if you use fully everything, so the reduced downtime happen, then it also improves your quality, it also improve the maintenance cost. This is the thing. Then suppliers partnership performance measures. So like when they are supplying something, your goods, so let them have the quality things. So suppliers uh, selection criteria including quality, capability, deliver reliability and cost. So suppliers rating system track performance, quality, cost, then strategy align KPI with organized total quality management goals. Okay, this is the thing. Remember, try to revise total productive maintenance. That means how you have to maintain the quality from, it is sum of all the stakeholders in a company. Then suppliers partnership and performance measure. Okay, this is the thing. Then objective and framework of Six Sigma. Okay, in Six Sigma, it is a data driven methodology, so targeting uh, near perfect quality. So if you produce millions of things, only 3.4 defects will be found. Okay, let me have let me read this. Six Sigma is a data driven methodology targeting near perfect quality, only 3.4 defect per million opportunities. DPMO, defects per million opportunities. How much? 3.4, which is pioneered by Motorola in 1986, popularized by GE under Jack Wallen. So, what is the motto of this Six Sigma? Which reduces the process variation and defects, which improves the customer satisfaction, which achieves the measurable financial savings. Okay, so the role and responsibility of this particular Six Sigma: there is a champion, there is a master black belt, there is a black belt, green belt, yellow belt. In yellow belt is a team member having the basic training, where green belt is a part-time project contributor, then black belt is a full-time project leader, master black belt it is an expert trainer and coach, then champion senior leader sponsoring projects. So these are the roles and responsibilities in Six Sigma: yellow belt, green belt, black belt, master black belt, champion. So remember, this is sure set question. Try to understand the same. Then, what is DMAIC approach and benefits and cost? Okay, it is a Six Sigma problem solving thing. DMAIC. What is D? It is a define, clarify problem and goal. So you have to identify the problem and what is that goal. Then measure. So you have to measure the current performance. Then analyze, identify the proper root cause for the problem. Then improve, implement the target solution. This is the thing. The DMAIC approach is define, measure, analyze, improve. Okay. The benefits of Six Sigma. Okay. Here I mentioned. So it is a dramatic reduction in defects and waste. Due to this Six Sigma, you can reduce the defects and waste, improve the process efficiency and speed, which increase the customer satisfaction and customer have the loyalty towards them. For example, GE saved over 12 million in 5 years using Six Sigma. So already I discussed what is Six Sigma. Okay. Then Six Sigma versus total quality management. So total quality management is a broad, it is a culture wide quality philosophy, whereas Six Sigma its projects, it specifies, it's a data driven methodology. The cost of Six Sigma, so training should be there, certification they are provide, and project investment, so it is by significant savings. Okay, then let us see quality control function and deployment failure mode analysis. So what is QFD? It is a quality function deployment, translates voice of the customer into engineering design requirement. The house of quality matrix maps customer needs to product feature and systematically. QFD, what it is says that it is a customer voice. Customer want to have such design or redesign. So that follows the QFD concept. What is FMEA stage? There's a failure mode and effective analyze. So that means identify potential failure before it occurs. So what it means, if something going to be happen, bad happen, you have to identify first, then you have to assess the severity, what is going to be happen, you have to assess occurrence, you have to assess detection, you have to calculate RN, RPN, then prioritize actions. That means it is a failure mode and effective analyze. Before happening some potential failure, you have to identify, you have to guess the severity, you have to guess the assurance, you have to access the detention, you should calculate the same, you have to prioritize the action. That is FMEA stages. Then types of FMEA. So that is the failure mode effective analysis, or analyze the product and design the risk. Then process FMEA, that is analyze manufacturing process risk. Then system FMEA, analyze systems level integration. So what is where it is applied? The QFD, quality function deployment, and FMEA, where it is used? It is used by Taito, Samsung in aerospace industry. So like which prevents costly failures. Okay, this is the thing you have to remember. Then it goes to unit 4, benchmarking, Poka-Yoke, benchmarking process and error proofing. Benchmarking process, so you have to set some benchmark, and you have to collect the data from best in class organization. You have to analyze the performance gap, improve the adapt and implement best practices, review, monitor, and re calibrate. Okay, benchmarking, like it is first you have to plan. Okay, then you have to gather the data from best in class organization, analyze, identify for performance gaps, improve the like adapt, implement best practices, review. What is Poka-Yoke? It is the error proofing. So it is designed developed by Shingo at Toyota. Poka-Yoke. It's a design process so that mistakes are impossible or immediately uh, detectable. So example, okay, USB ports that only fit only one way, or sensors that stop machines if a part is missing. This is called as Poka Yoke. That means error proofing. Something, there is no errors, there is no mistakes. If something happen, then it is going to be detected. Okay. So the prevention type, stop errors before it occurs. Something errors is going on, before occurring that error, it is going to be stopped. Detection type. So it alerts the operator when when error occurs. So benchmarking process, you have to plan for that, you have to collect the information about that benchmarking, you have to analyze, you have to improve the thing, and you have to review. Okay, then unit 5, ISO 9000. Okay, it is the international standard organization. Okay, it is sets the standardized for universal quality of the products. So what is ISO? ISO 9000 is a family of international standard for quality. It is a management system. Okay, quality management system. It is developed by the International Organization for Standardization. It provides universal framework applicable all industries and countries. ISO around the world, over 1 million organizations in 170 plus countries are ISO 9001 certified. It is a globally recognized benchmark for quality management excellence. Then one more thing, ANSI, that ASQC Q90 series. It is the American equivalent ISO 9000. It is adapted by the American National Standards Institution. What is ANSI? It is the American National Standardized Institution, the American Society for Quality Control. So ensure that align with the US and international quality standards. So there is many chances they may ask about the ISO 9000. Okay, then uh, then ISO 9000 certificate. What is the benefit? What is the third party audit? What is the documents is required? So the benefit is that it increases credibility, it improves the confidence of the customers, it accesses the global markets, it reduces the errors and structured framework for continuous improvement. If you have the ISO certified certification for any organization, any services, so which increases your name, faith on your products, and customers' confidence on the product, and you can also sell in globally, and which reduces the mistakes, and it is a structure framework for continuous improvement. Then third party audit. Okay, it is uh, like accreditation certified body which audit the organization. Okay, it is QMS, quality management services, and international standard organization. Okay, so 9001 which requires ensure that objectivity and international recognition of the certificate. What is the document is required? So organization must maintain quality manual. In order to have ISO 9000 certification, you have to have quality manual, you should have quality policy, you should have procedures at work instruction and records. So document demonstrate the compliance and enable the consistent process execution. Okay, so how it is can be implemented? This ISO 9000, how it is can be implemented? So you have to analyze the gap, what is required, and you should have proper documentation, and you should have the proper training to your employees, and you should have the internal audit. Okay, so this is the thing about the ISO. Okay, so what we have learned, we learned about the total quality management concept. Then we learned about the organization like quality circles, 7 tools, Kaizen, JIT First S, and we also learned cost and improvement. Okay, unit we learn about the tools and techniques. Then ISO 9000. So this is the thing. So what you have to remember? You have to remember about the Deming PGDCA and about the Kaizen thing. You have to remember about the Toyota and GE and Tata Motors and Samsung. Okay, so key thinkers for the Deming who introduced the PDCA, Juran Trilogy, Crosby, Zero Defects, Ishikawa, it is a fishbone thing. Then Shingo, which is introduced Poka-Yoke. Then Ferguson, it is TQC. Then Toyota, which uses Kaizen. Just in time, Poka-Yoke 5S. So Toyota production system is the gold standard for total quality management in manufacturing. What is Motorola and GE? Motorola invented Six Sigma. We already discussed in 1986. It's a GE General Electric company saved almost $12 million applying DMAIC. Okay, then Tata Motors and Samsung. So both company uses ISO 9001, which has the quality circles, and they also use the Six Sigma maintain global competitiveness and customer satisfaction. Okay, so do subscribe my channel. Okay, if you want to download MastersTeach app, where you can purchase uh, fourth sem MBA course full detailing. Thank you. All the best for your coming examination.